Hey guys, Mitch from Next Adventure here. Today I'm going to talk about how to outfit your canoe for whitewater and for tripping. So here at Next Adventure, we've got a large selection of outfitting options to add to your canoe. A lot of the stuff we have here is from Whitewater. They make some awesome accessories. What we're going to do is kind of walk through, talk a little bit about them, and try to outfit the canoe that's best for you. So the first thing you want to think about when outfitting a canoe for whitewater or for tripping is making sure that you have flotation. If your canoe capsizes, that canoe is going to stay floating in the water. It's also going to make it a lot easier just to pull it aside and re-enter your canoe. So right here, I have a large selection of float bags. But one thing I want to talk about is the different material types. What I have right here is a vinyl float bag. I prefer the nylon float bags. They're a little bit lighter weight and less likely to tear and kind of have punctures over long-term use. So what I have here is the airbag tie-down kit from Whitewater. This is going to be an important piece to securing your float bags in your canoe. It's got paracord webbing, D-rings to secure that float bag in, so if you do capsize, that float bag is not coming out into the water. So the next thing I want to talk about when outfitting a canoe for whitewater is going to be knee pads. That's super important because in whitewater, you're going to spend most of your time on your knees on the floor of the canoe with your butt on the seat. But what I have here is a few different options from NSI of what I like to use for canoe knee pads. Right here, I've got a flat option. It's got self-adhesive on the back. You just pull that off and lay that on the canoe. You could also glue them down. These are basically just a big square foam for each side of your knee. So the next thing you're going to need when outfitting your canoe for whitewater are some thigh straps. Once you have your knee pads in place, you're going to want to install a D-ring between them that you can run your thigh straps through. What they do is they strap your thighs, they hold them in place, so you can actually have more control with your hips and your legs while you're in the canoe. So here at Next Adventure, we've got a large selection of canoes. What I'm looking for in a canoe for this project is a canoe that can run up to Class 2 whitewater, but also enjoy a nice day on a lake or other flat water environments. What I've selected here is the Prospector 15 canoe from Eskeith. I think this is a great option. Again, it can run some good whitewater, I would say up to Class 2, maybe 3. It's made out of an amazing T4X material, but this canoe can also enjoy flat water days on the lake or slow moving rivers. So I think this is a great versatile canoe that would be great to outfit for both whitewater and for tripping. This has a pretty good weight capacity and is only 60 pounds. This thing is really lightweight for its size. I think that is another option that folks will really like about the Prospector 15. So I've got everything I'll need to set this canoe up for whitewater or for tripping. I've got all the accessories laid out here. So now what we're going to do is head out to our Scappoose Bay Paddling Center. They've got a great repair facility, and we're actually going to install these items on the canoe. So I've made the drive out to our Scappoose Bay Paddling Center. This is one of Next Adventure's locations that is right on the water. And this is where I'm going to be installing all those different accessories on this Prospector canoe. I'm here dry fitting the D-ring in the center of the canoe between my legs. The materials I need I've got laid out here. You'll need the vinyl adhesive that I've gotten from Whitewater, a brush, glove, a cup, and ideally some MEK to clean the surface beforehand. Now I'm going to mark it with a pencil to get the exact placement. And we are going to clean some of the boat surfaces with the MEK. And we are going to apply both the Vinyltech marine adhesive to the D-ring patch as well as the canoe. Now that it's been 15 minutes, we're going to take the heat gun and apply some heat to reactivate the glue before we install. We're going to work away from the center, applying pressure outward. Now we're going to mark out the knee pads and make sure I've got it traced out where I want them to go. We've got the foam and D-ring installed for the bow paddler, so now we're going to do the same for the stern. So we've moved up to the shop because it was actually pretty cold down there and we're just worried about the adhesion with the glue. That is something to consider when gluing these D-rings on, is making sure that you're at a nice room temperature. Next step in the process is going to be to install the cage around our stern and bow float bags. Again, use the Whitewater
float bag kit, and that comes with these plastic D-rings, which are going to be drilled to the bottom of the gunnel. You're going to need a pencil, duct tape, drill, and a tape measure. The last part of the process is going to be installing these fabric D-rings inside the hull of the canoe. This is going to be for holding the center canoe float in or for holding gear inside of the boat. It really depends on what you're going to be doing. This is going to be the same gluing process as the previous D-rings, with laying down the marine adhesive to both the patch and the canoe. So these are all the steps you're going to need to take to outfit your canoe. We're almost done rigging this thing up, and then we're going to take it out and test it on the water.
We just got off the Clackamas River and had an awesome time. The outfitting we installed worked really well in the whitewater scenarios. We hope that some of the tips and tricks we laid out here were helpful for you rigging your own canoe. And if you do have more questions, I would say hit us up in the comments or come down to Next Adventure and chat with one of the experts here. Thanks so much for watching.